think I've got it fixed right there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chat from the Golden Vault, our weekly live streamed post-session discussion. We talk about what just happened during D&D. This is the chat for session 20. So if you've not watched that session yet, please go do that because there will be spoilers. I am your Dungeon Master, Eric, and joining me, we have Arrows player Chris.
Hello.
And that's all.
That's all. That's it. End of speech.
Just a two-person chat tonight. This... I had a general plan of events of complications to throw at you guys, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Because this heist doesn't script out events to where, like, a lot of the events are basically just like clockwork patrols. Like, that's the whole thing.
Right.
So I've been trying to inject other things that are happening. That being said, I did want to have a giant clockwork patrol respond to the bridges being reactivated. Because it makes sense that the security overseer would be very aware of that. So I actually randomly rolled and got like the maximum amount of clockwork bots. There was a ton of dudes there.
Okay.
So that could have been a big fight there. But also wanted to make sure that you guys had a chance to avoid or ambush or do something to where this was such a big group coming that you all would be able to do something basically to even avoid it. So I did think that there was a chance you guys could avoid it. I did forget that Ray had a whole item that let the entire party go invisible, and then I also forgot that all my robots have blind sight. So
I was about to say it's a great use of that item.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen that item used like 4 or 5 times in all of our campaigns.
yeah, we used it a couple times.
But I've never seen it used quite this well to just
Yeah.
avoid a fight entirely.
Avoid a big ol' encounter. Yeah, it was a great use, and he picked it up like immediately.
However,
I was like, man.
yeah. However,
I kind of feel okay about it because that really was a kind of battle where it's like, this is, yeah, if you guys do something smart or whatever combination of things, then this is an avoidable
Right.
fight.
yeah.
So, yeah, I just forgot all those creatures have blind sights, and
Maybe you could argue that they weren't quite within 60 feet of us when we did the disappearance. So
right.
by the time they got to within 60 feet of us, maybe we had already scattered
And I did,
avoided them.
to be fair, I did have all of you roll stealth checks still.
You did, yes.
So that could be a way of like, okay, you going invisible gave you advantage on your stealth checks, which it did. And their passive perception, you guys still managed to beat that as a group skill check. So actually it probably ended up being okay, because even if I had remembered, which I didn't, that they had blind sight, I might have even ruled like, okay, well, being invisible still makes it a little bit harder to be detectable, so I'll give you advantage on this stealth check or something. So maybe it just helped out in that way.
Yeah.
So I'm generally okay with that.
Yeah.
The part I was more awkward about is like, oh, I really wanted to pull the rug out from under you with the bridge thing, but you being invisible makes it awkward. So I was like, oh, let's just have it be serendipitous timing for the DM that like you happen to be crossing the bridge when she's bringing up the bridge, which was me just trying to set up another like hazard thing for you guys to deal with.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't meant to be too terribly complicated, but just
When you
kind of.
first introduced them, I was hoping that they'd be on the bridge so we could do some shenanigans with them on the bridge.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was hoping to dump some people in the lava.
You want to just go back? Yeah. No, that would be too easy. I want to dump you in the lava.
That's
Probably
right.
not. So yeah, that was the Turbine Heights encounter, and then the bridge, and then you all showed up here, which again, I'm still using the same map pack to do all these kind of inner maps. And boy, this is the one part of the adventure that I'm really underwhelmed by.
Oh, really?
Because as written, there's no security here whatsoever. You just waltz up to the door, open it up, and you're inside. Like, I was like, that is incredibly disappointing for this being like the security center of this place that's run by the security chief.
Yeah.
So we spent a good deal on the crafting stream this week.
You guys made all this stuff up on your own?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So which is tricky because again, I don't know how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Executed wise. So balance wise, I'm just trying to go by my best practices, I guess, try to figure out how to do this. So, and I knew I wanted to not have the same creatures again. I want to do something else. So I
Right.
thought, okay,
Which
let's
I appreciate that.
yeah,
For sure.
like let's turn this whole dome into kind of a little boss fight thing. Let's just have it like
Yeah.
spring out turrets and shoot out swarms of creatures. These are literally just reskinned swarms of surges, just reskinned as
Nice.
constructs.
Okay.
But even just reskinning them as
Wait,
constructs,
they do this much damage.
I
Surges do
know,
this much
right? I
damage?
was like, Jesus, 2d10 plus 3. But also, I was just rolling really stupidly well.
Yeah.
Like, they could be
yeah.
doing 5 and 6 damage. I was just consistently doing like 18 and 19 damage. I'm like, holy crap. But yeah, apparently, like, swarms are still, like, kind of challenging that way.
I did funnily notice that like you were rolling like 19, 20 damage just
Yeah.
to everybody. That then with the lizard you rolled a crit and only rolled 23 damage. So like that was kind of like, oh, that's weird. Like
That's
the crit
true. Yeah,
is
you're
not
right.
even close to double. It was like 2 higher than your highest.
I didn't even notice that, but you're
regular
right. The crit
roll.
wasn't even, like, super... Yeah, because if it was a
Yeah.
crit on the other, it's been, like, 40-something.
Right.
The one that killed the poor lizard. Yeah, so those are just swarms of surges, but again, they're resistant to like regular damage, which we realized you guys rely on regular damage for
Well,
most of your
okay,
attacks because
yeah.
your one wizard is not doing damage.
I'm about to say what this is why these particular monsters, this particular dungeon has been problematic for us.
Yeah, it's exposed kind of a weakness.
Is because we're very martial heavy.
Yeah,
Like bludgeoning, we got fists, we got daggers, and we got axes.
Yeah.
Or great swords. So we got slashing, we got piercing, we got bludgeoning, but we don't have a lot of saving throw, like elemental damage or saving throw any other
Yeah.
kind of. We basically don't have saving throw damage. We just don't
Right.
have it.
well,
So when
Yeah.
creatures have like giant amounts of AC and resistance to physical damage, they're just are we can't do it.
So
Or
the
we
good
can do
news
it,
is-
it just takes a while.
yeah, and I'm realizing like constructs are like not the best creature to have as constant minions because they're so defensive
So
and
tanky,
bulky
yeah.
that it just makes all the
Takes
fights
a while.
go a
Yeah.
long time because these guys at least don't have the high AC. The turrets do, but the swarms don't. They don't have a high
Yeah.
AC, but they do still have the damage resistance. And as we discovered, and Reese was disappointed in this, they're just like they're immune to like all the conditions.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they're robots. Like you can't charm
They're
them, you
robots,
can't
yeah, of
frighten them,
course.
you can't
Right.
like. There's
It
so
makes
many.
sense. Like
Yeah.
robots wouldn't get frightened. Robots wouldn't
Right.
get blinded.
I know, and I
You
feel
know.
like I was like, I don't want to like patronize you, but you're not gonna frighten these guys. They're robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not happening. Yeah, you guys have, and like fucking Ray dropping the fog cloud around him, and I was like,
There was 3. There was Ray
Yeah.
dropping the fog cloud. There was Heather wanting to do the gas sleep
yeah,
bomb.
and she
And then
asked
there
about it
was-
before doing it at
And
least.
then there
Yeah,
was Reese trying to frighten them. It's like,
Guys, the
none of
robots.
none of these are going to work. I thought the fog cloud was going to work, but then you told us they.
I legit forgot about it. Like I was checking their character sheet. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, because then that's what started that whole conversation. Like, oh shit, they
Yeah.
have blind sight. They literally don't give a shit.
For a half second, I thought that fog cloud was going to be clutch because like,
Yeah.
oh, the turret, like he's guarding us from the turrets.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's like, oh wait, no.
These things have a good way of getting out of that.
Yeah.
So if you hadn't, what do you guess about my turret rules? Or you probably can already guess what I'm using for that.
Oh, it's got to be a beholder.
Yeah.
different beholder. Or,
Yeah.
They're even not. I'm sure you didn't do this intentionally, but they're even like tentacles with like things at the end. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, they're tentacles with eyes.
Yeah, like the eye stalks.
at
Yeah,
the end.
I figured they would probably engineer it like that. So
Yeah.
it's what they
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yep.
So specifically, the spectator, which is the lower level
Okay.
beholder, the one you actually end up fighting in Baldur's Gate is the spectator. And I thought, okay, well, let's do, let's make 4 physical turrets. We'll give them all AC and hit points, and we'll make
Yeah.
each turret one of those 4 eye rays. And then instead of rolling initiative and treating them like creatures, I just had them go on initiative 10 and 0, and I would do 2 turrets each time. What I didn't know what I would end up doing is how they would do targeting. So I ended up
Oh,
just doing
right.
that was that D20 off thing, which was a little bit clunky. If I wish I had my token fate macro to make that a little bit quicker, but
Right.
that's how we ended up targeting. And then I also wrote down that they can't ever use the same eye ray in the same round. So if they can go up to 2 times per when it's their turn, and then they'll use all the rays by the end of the round, which is a fun way of seeing all the things. But man, you guys were nailing, and it's a low saving throw, to be fair. Like it's
Sure. Yeah.
even for your level, it's pretty low. But it's it's like fighting a spectator plus a bunch of swarms. And these things have technically better AC, and there's multiple ones, so it's a lot harder to take them all down. But you did destroy one of the turrets, so it no longer has one of its laser beams. Basically, we got rid of whichever one that one is. So none of that is in the story.
I initially that's fascinating. Yeah, you just made all like so. Is this whole okay? So I know the map's not from the base thing either.
Yeah.
So, but where's this? What's going on this map?
So it still has this structure here. So the lizards are here. So the lizards are part of the book. It's like this is where their lizards are, I guess. They do have them as mounts, and there's like fungi garden, and there's this one security center, and all it is the stairs going up. There's a door, and then I can't tell you much more than that because we haven't gotten that far. Right. But there's nothing outside. So like it's only lizards, and that's it. So I'm going like, this is insane. Like there's security all over the place. They're not gonna have anything here. Like that's so stupid. So
yeah.
So that's when I introduced this whole concept of like, okay, the thing itself is gonna turn into like this defensive boss fight thing.
Yep.
I did want to make sure you guys. I didn't want to trigger it immediately on you guys entering this area.
Oh right.
I wanted you guys to get a chance to do stuff.
We wouldn't have been able to interact with the lizards.
That's the thing. So I was waiting, but I was like, if they do approach though,
right,
then I have to trigger it.
If we start like sneaking up the stairs.
Yeah, if you start sneaking up and getting close, then it's gonna have to trigger the fight. So I'm glad you were like, all right, I'm gonna go check out these lizards. I'm like, now is the time before anybody starts like sneaking up to it that you can, because I wanted you to interact with that stuff and get them involved if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, those are just there, and they're just friendly lizards. They're there to interact with.
Right.
I did make you roll to have them like go into combat with you though.
For sure. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was gonna work at all. Yeah.
I think you guys are having to use some inspiration in this battle too.
Yeah, I think I used inspiration. Was it on the persuasion check? It was.
I think you used it on the persuasion check. Yeah, I think Tavine used it one time on a save or something. Maybe Sherry did.
It's probably a solid use of it. We got out of it. One of whom just took a crit for us.
Yeah. Poor lizard.
I wasn't sure. I was gonna try to do some shenanigans with my net on the turrets, but earlier you had said like, well, they're not creatures. I'm like, I don't want to start that conversation. Like, it would become a whole thing of like, can they even be restrained?
Right.
What happens when they're restrained? You know, all that.
Yeah, I basically made the turrets pretty much immune to everything, and then I was like, you know what? They're also not really creatures because a lot of things say creature in terms of like spell targeting and ability targeting. Now, I was gonna say, and this even came up with your Vex, specifically says, hey, when you hit a creature with this, and I'm like, I'll allow it for the turret because that's close enough, but
yeah, that kind of gets into grayer because if they're not creatures, can you even target them? Like, can you even fight them? Like it becomes weird.
Well, it's almost more like because like you could have like a door with AC, for example.
That's
like
true.
Doors, like gates can have AC and hit points. That's literally how I was picturing these creatures. I built them with like pretty high iron reinforced AC and hit points, and they've like immune to poison and psychic damage or whatever. So they are built like that kind of object. And they would be immune to all those creature effects because they're not a creature. But then I was like, with something like Vex, I would allow it because that's close enough, I think.
Yeah.
These
makes them really tough creatures. Like it makes them legit because you can't do a lot to them.
You can't do a lot to them, and they have pretty high AC. They don't have a whole lot of they don't have a whole lot of hit points. So if you can get through that and get them, but yeah, they're basically immune to all saving throw things, so they can't really make saves. So they just and a lot of the saving throws will say creatures. The only thing I wasn't sure of is if somebody blasted them with a big AOE attack. I wasn't sure I was gonna rule that. So I was just hoping people wouldn't do that.
We don't have any. As we determined, we don't have that.
The only one I can think of is Elowin's Moonbeam. I guess would be an AO, like a small AOE attack. Yeah. So I'm not sure how I would do that with because I guess something like the Big B's hand. I think it does have.
Is it not a creature?
I don't remember how that works.
Yeah.
I know it has hit points and AC and stuff. I don't know if it has stats where it can make a save. So that is another kind of equivalent.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely a big fight. Although you guys are not doing too bad. You've taken some damage. Stacey's taken a lot of damage.
It's not feeling like we're crushing it.
Yeah.
That's only because these guys are so fucking hard to kill.
They're very tanky. Yeah. You guys took a long time taking one out.
It took us an hour to kill one turret and one swarm.
One turret and one swarm.
Hopefully we can speed that up a little bit next time. We'll see.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help. Like, yeah, your wizard doesn't do any actual damage, and unfortunately, your wizard specializes in doing like, utility or
subterfuge and utility.
Yeah,
and
so unfortunately, when it comes to this, and I feel that Ray's kind of bummed about this heist in general because he's hadn't been in this situation where it's like a lot of combat.
There's very little social stuff here for him to play with,
and to make matters worse, these creatures are immune to a lot of conditions that he would be able to do them with non-damage stuff. So he's really hurting for being a useful tool in combat.
Which happens,
yeah.
But
like it's worse when the combat goes a long time, and it's like, we really could use some extra damage here.
yeah.
Especially some non-martial damage.
You need to, as a DM, you need to start dropping some scrolls so that he's got some.
Would he use them though? He seems like he's almost playing like a purposeful pacifist.
That's a good question. Would he use scrolls?
I gave him scrolls. I don't know if they were damage scrolls, but I thought I gave him scrolls from Kavoda.
You gave him utility scrolls. You gave him like enhanceability and like featherfall or something. They were scrolls that were like fit his current MO of like non-combat stuff.
He needs some damagey stuff. He needs like an item.
I don't know.
He needs like a wand of magic missiles or something, so he can shoot that thing around.
Yeah,
that would help out. You guys did a good job of focus firing, though. You all focused on like one swarm, and then you with the one turret.
Yeah. Thorn. Yeah. To your point, Cherie did this intentionally. That's what we're talking about. He intentionally took
as a joke.
As a joke.
No, it was
wrong. As a joke.
As a joke. No, but he wanted to,
it was his character idea, right?
Yeah, he wanted to make a goofy, like, almost charlatan wizard, who's still built like a normal wizard, but he took a lot of like non-damaging, purely utility kind of heisty type spells.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, this particular heist has just been a lot of combat with creatures that are immune to like all the conditions that you can do.
Yep.
He does have burning hands.
Oh yeah, it's true. He does.
I know he's cast. He has that. He took a mage initiate, so he can cast it once for free, but he can also cast it as part of just casting it.
Yeah.
I think it's the only one I know of that he does damage with.
Right.
Oh yeah, and James is pointing out Manix with the crossbow was pretty combat ineffective.
Yeah.
That might be an equivalent, maybe. Although at least you did try to attack and did some sneak attack and stuff, but.
Right. Yeah, he was very non-combat focused. That's very true.
Eventually, you became a wizard, though, right, with that character?
Yeah. But I was also going utility wizard.
More utility wizard.
I was also doing like or shutdown stuff. I was doing like some like debuff things, but I was not doing pure. I wasn't doing fireballs or anything.
Yeah, and like I said, these creatures unfortunately are just immune to like all the shutdown things because a lot of them are like they paralyze or they stun or they frighten or they charm and do psychic damage, and these things don't fucking care about any of that. Constructs are nasty, and I am seeing that. Yeah, it's as much as I like the theme of this dungeon. I'm like, oh man, with the construct stat block being what it is in terms of the how you filter out all the different parameters of the construct creature.
Right.
They're very defensive and hard to get through, and especially for this particular party that specializes, in pure martial DPS.
Yep.
Did anybody use Kavoda's Bless? Did that come into play? We all kept remembering about it, and because I made sure to remember it, like every time. I think the one time you missed a turret, and you're like, oh, I should have used the Bless there.
I should have used it. But then after that, I don't think we ever had ones where it would have helped or fail or made a difference.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Hit or we missed by so much that
right, like the D4 wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. Because I was thinking like, oh, that's such a fun thing for an NPC to be able to do.
It's great. Yeah, it's really great. And if I had remembered that one time, I might have been able to hit because it was like a 3-point difference, But Yep. And Demnix marrying lizards was not part of the book, I'm sure. See, okay, can I say, this is why, to all the people watching, this is why I have to go as serious edgelord as I can with my characters, because inevitably these motherfuckers will drag my character into the ridiculous no matter what I do.
Dragged into the ridiculous.
I gave you guys no ammunition, but all of a sudden I'm very
No, I thought you said something. I thought you made the comment first, and we went on that.
I think the problem is I say things that don't sound bad to me, but you guys all just take them and run wild.
I'd have to go back and see. I forgot how it started.
Inseminating lizard eggs.
Okay, I remember Ray came up with that. He said that randomly. I was like, that in no way was something anybody mentioned.
No one said that.
He snuck that in there, like, oh yeah, remember that time? Like, no, that didn't happen.
No,
You're making that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was on him.
Yeah. You're right, James. It's because I say things like I would like to fit myself inside the dog. I don't mean it in any sort of way. I'm trying to describe
I knew what you meant immediately in that situation. But it does lend itself to being misconstrued.
Yeah, exactly. I know you don't watch Arrested Development, but I've just decided that my D&D persona is Tobias Fuke, who's just constantly just saying things and people recording him and playing it back. Does this not sound bad to you?
Poor NPCs weren't terribly effective here, I thought.
They were not. They did like a couple damage.
Yeah.
Especially with the resistance. I think they did like 1 or 2 damage.
Like 2 damage, yeah.
Here and there.
Yep. The one time Kubota...
They're also martial. Like I guess Kubota's...
Kubota could have done some damage, but unfortunately just randomly made the save.
Yeah. But the other two, it made sense why they weren't doing... I mean, they weren't going to be any more effective than we were being, so yeah. It was just sheer war of attrition. We all just wailed on that one swarm till it was dead.
Anything else about session 20?
Now people are just throwing stuff that I've said in my face. Close his statue.
Yep, we can do a lot of those.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, we'll jump in with the.
We'll see what I'm very curious what's in the building.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten inside the building yet.
Yep, you've sure had a voice talking to you for quite a while. Mm-hmm. I've tried to do like the BioShock video game thing of like you're walking into the den of the villain and the villain's going to constantly like talk to you, and I thought that was a neat effect of being able to talk through the like observers and through the buildings and all that kind of thing. So. Yep. All right, folks, that is going to do it for this week's Shack. Thank you to Chris, and thank you to Wonderful fans for watching, and we will see you all next week.
The way you said Chris was like, you're an automated machine teller. Like
thank you to Chris.
I've
been fucking up a lot of words tonight. I appreciate everybody calling me out every single second that I do that, too.